What's going on, everybody? We out here, new spot, kinda never stopped here before, don't know how it's gonna go. I hope y'all don't think just because I got a sumo that I was gonna forget about my baby. We're out here specifically for one reason. It's tutorial time. Let's get it. Today we're talking death spins. Keep in mind, just like every tutorial I've ever done, I'm still learning as well. It's still a new process for me too, so I can't 100% say that, you know, I'm just perfect at it or whatever, but I feel like I know enough now to be able to teach a little bit, and then we can all just kind of learn together. So we're going to get into it real quick. I'm not going to talk too much because I want to get into it practically. You know, I don't want to waste a whole lot of time with you listening to me talk. So what is a death spin? Death spin is when you're in a circle and you come to this point that I'll explain more as I'm riding, but basically you get to a point where you grab the clutch and the brake at the same time, and all in one motion, you're going to grab clutch, brake, you're going to put a foot down and kind of push yourself and throw your body weight opposite of the bike and make the bike spin like on a dime, like on its own diameter. So basically this can be a tough trick to learn. It took me a while, but it's different with everybody. Some people can jump right on it and just catch right on like immediately, and I'm not that guy. It took me a little while to kind of nail it down to where I was like, oh, okay, that came out pretty good. And to me, like a nice 180 to 360 degree smooth spin. I think a lot of the time in the beginning I put too much like muscling the bike into it, and you don't want to do a whole lot of that. I think a lot more of it is, you know, control. It's a really like a nicely executed death spin just looks really smooth and like super seamless. So that's what I'm going for here. I'm going to try to knock this out pretty quick so I can make this video for you guys and get it out. Shout out to the homie on Instagram that requested this one. I hope this helps, and you know, maybe you'll get to nail it, and everybody else that's trying to learn this stuff too. So let's get started. I'll go over some of the basics, kind of like how I like to feel it out, and I'm almost certain I'll be able to show you what some good ones look like and what some bad ones look like. So let's get into it. Get this idle set right one time. All right. I've been adjusting my handbrake a lot, so don't hate me for it. Anyways, by this time you should be pretty comfortable doing circles. I'm in a seat stander right now. Now how I like to do my death spins is I like to put a hole in the seat, foot in the hole. So essentially what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna put, I don't know if I can show you, a hole, foot in the hole, and then seat stander. So kind of like that. I'm not gonna go full staggered because I don't feel like I need to. And what I'm doing by doing that is when I go to the death spin, I want a lot of my momentum. I don't want to have to force the bike into the spin. I want my momentum to carry me through the spin from what I've already got. So what I'll do is, you'll see it in a second, I'm going to put a foot in the hole in the seat. I'm going to keep the other foot on the seat. I'm going to kind of duck behind the bars a little bit and poke my butt out a little bit more to get more momentum in my circle. I want to speed it up and kind of widen it out a little bit. I want to get out of the idle. I want to break away from my brake a little bit, add a little bit more gas to where I get a wider circle with a little bit more speed and momentum. And then right at the right point, I'm going to bring the bike past balance point, and right when I get it past that nice little sweet spot, I'm going to do my spin at that point. That's when I'm grabbing clutch and brake. We're going to lock the bike up. You should be behind balance point a little bit so you don't mousetrap yourself, because you don't want to prematurely grab your clutch and brake. So I'm going to hit that. I'm going to put a foot down to kind of give myself some oof, and I'm going to spin myself around. Now another trick, something that I've learned that helps me personally, because this will kill your ankle over time. It's going to hurt because you're going to be, you know, throwing your foot down a lot harder than you think sometimes. So what I personally like to do is when I'm getting ready for my spin, I'll keep one foot in the hole, and I'll take the foot off the seat and kind of start to drag it behind the bike a little bit. And then right when I grab my clutch and my brake, I'm going to spin. So I'm going to tie my shoe, and then we're going to go for one. So there we go, just like that. So that was a small one, but you get the idea of what I'm trying to achieve there. That was pretty weak. I didn't have the momentum I wanted, but grabbing the clutch and the brake at the right point kind of helps. Lowering your foot closer to the ground keeps you from stomping your ankle into the ground and getting some bruises that you don't want. Also, like, clutching up slower, kind of how I did there, will help you here too. So a little momentum, sticking my foot out, just like that. So again, it's not perfect, it's not where I want it. I still think I can afford to come behind balance point a little bit more. And another thing to keep in mind is, as you turn, I'm wanting to throw more of my body weight this way, keeping this arm kind of tight and letting this one like stay rigid but fluid, because I want to throw my body weight around with the bike. So let's see if we can get a better one. I see there's plenty of guys who can pull off pretty decent death spins at slow speeds. See, that was good, but there's a pivotal moment that I'm missing here, I think. And I think it's with my right leg, because I think I'm staying squatted. So I'm going to try to extend that leg when I do the spin and stand up with the bike and see what that does different. Let's try that. There we go. See, now that was a little better. I stood up straight by almost locking my right leg with the bike whenever I did the spin. And I think it gave me a little bit more as far as keeping the tail closer to the ground and keeping the bike more straight up. So we'll try that a few more times and see if we nailed it down. Okay, set up. Yeah. Nice. Little Ralph Louis. Little put the bike down. Okay, so there's the formula. Remember, a lot of what you do when you ride, I mean, it's a lot of trial and error, dude. Come out, don't get frustrated, analyze what you're doing, see if there's a key element that you could change, such as me extending my leg, to maybe make things better or worse. You don't know until you try. So in that case, I'm standing and I'm getting close to the bike when I do that, instead of keeping my body out wide. I'm getting a lot closer to the bike, and that's good. So that's what you should try. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you like, subscribe, share with your friends, and tell me what other tutorials you want, because I do try hard to make sure I come out here when I can and make a tutorial if I have enough people that ask for it, that want to see it. So I'm all about making the content that you guys want to see, so tell me what you want and I'll do it. Unless it's something like gross or something, I don't know. Everybody's got a limit, but everybody's got a dollar amount too, you feel me?